Hey everybody, I'm Richard from Pollywog, and I'm joined today by Nick, who works very closely with us at Pollywog. And yeah, today we're going to talk about the Clayton Havok in Spine-tek construction. And yeah, this particular board is one of my personal favorites. Will certainly always be in my quiver. Basic high performance shortboard, and yeah, really enjoyed it.
Cool. Hey everyone. Yeah, so Rich, that's we can see that's the Spine-tek. Just give us a little sort of insight into what the Spine-tek is and how that works.
So Spine-tek comes from shapers out of Australia. Clayton actually worked quite closely with the guys from Spine-tek to develop the spine. And yeah, I mean, globally, it's reached huge sort of popularity and notoriety, namely through Channel Island surfboards, which sort of manufactures exclusively with the spine at the moment. Obviously, Clayton Surfboards in South Africa, based on Clayton's input into it, is able to produce these boards here in South Africa. And yeah, it's basically an EPS blank, and the spine itself is what works as the stringer. So overall, what this spine does is it controls the flex of the EPS, and it makes, yeah, it actually makes for an incredible board. I mean, when you lean into a bottom turn on this thing, you can literally feel the board load up.
So has Clayton changed sort of the rocker line or anything to compensate for the flex?
Yeah, I believe if you look at the product description of the board, he has changed the rocker line slightly. And yeah, man, I would say that they pretty much got it bang on, eh? You know, the board is.
And what sort of surfing is that for? You know, smaller wave, sort of more everyday board. Tell us about the rail shapes and the rocker line.
It's got in my opinion, a very forgiving sort of rail. It's got a great rail line. And yeah, with this board, man, a lot of people say that an EPS is only for small waves because it helps you sit a lot better on the water. And I'll be honest with you, the better the waves have gotten, and waves all the way up to the sort of the 6-7 foot range, I've ridden this board, and it really goes like hell. I mean, I was fortunate enough a couple of winters ago, we had an exceptional winter on the coast where I live. Most days in the 46 foot range, like throaty barreling waves, but also long running waves. We're fortunate with a lot of point breaks, and yeah, man, this board was absolute gold. I mean, I've said to people before, like this board actually changed the way that we surf, because when I say we, are the guy that finishes the Claytons here in South Africa, Gary. We surf very often together, so it's been really cool to sort of discuss the makeup of the board and what it's doing in the water with him while we kind of surfing, and for the shaper to be able to see what's going on when you surf the board is yeah, pretty priceless,
Yeah, and in terms of concave tail shape, and then obviously the fins. What sort of setup are we looking at there?
Yeah, so I've ridden this as a squash tail, as you can see here. You can get this in a swallowtail. You can get it in a round tail. But,
that's quite a wide tail you got on there.
It's a fairly wide tail. I mean, it's not that wide. It's
nice sort of versatile tail shape.
Very nice and versatile tail shape, and I mean, from a fin point of view, as you can see, this has got the features AM2 Tech Flex. the AM2 is my all-time favorite fin. I mean, I ride the AM2 on my boards that have got FCS2 plugs, and then obviously all my boards that have got the Futures plugs are. This is my go-to fin. Although I'm kind of sort of under the weight category and I could be riding a smaller fin, I really like the larger fin. Just I'm a very sort of heavy back-footed surfer. As you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see it in the camera. I'll try and get it into the light, but you can see
we can check
the very pronounced deck sink here. But
you can see that.
So what these bigger fins allow me to do is to push really hard. And I've ridden this board both as a thruster, which is the setup that you see here, but I've also ridden it a lot as a quad.
Okay. So is that standard comes standard with five boxes, 5 fin setup?
You know, it's your choice. You know, anybody ordering a custom, they can order the thruster or the 5 fin box setup. I really like the 5 fin box setup because what really surprised me about this board, you know, overall, in general, rule of thumb, everybody should know this, the thruster is a lot more forgiving. You'll see all the best surfers in the world on the world tour, 9 times out of 10, in competition, they'll be riding a standard thruster. Reason being, it's a lot more forgiving, and you know, it's got just as much speed as the quad, and so on.
Gives you that pivot point.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this board, I rode it a hell of a lot as a quad as well. And with the construction and makeup of this board as a quad, and the flex that it's got, oh god, man, I really found it to be spot on and insane, because it's one of the very few boards that I got to feel the extra gear of the forefin. And you know, obviously the forefin really loves the rail surfing, which kind of suits my surfing. But I found, in comparison to all other quads, this particular board and this construction allowed the quad to surf as vertically and as loosely as the thruster.
Yeah, that's interesting.
With the extra gear, and yeah, man, it was insane. So, like I say,
cool.
I'm fortunate enough to be in the business, and you know, mindful that for our customers, I need to ride a hell of a lot of boards. But this particular board, the Havok, there'll always be one of these in my quiver.
There we go.
You know, like I say, the construction, this thing is a paperweight. When oaks pick this thing up, you will die. It feels glorious. It's
feather light and super strong.
No, dude, and you know what? Look, I won't lie, and it's important not to lie here. I'm not going to try and sell someone the dream that this thing is going to last forever. You can see the footwells. I'm terrible on my boards. I hammer them because we're fortunate enough to get a lot of good waves. So you can push and surf the boards really hard. But I mean, this board is surfed all of last season. And yeah, man, if these like set us free to surf again during this lockdown nightmare, I mean, it's going to surf for the winter season now, and it's going to do just fine, you know. Obviously, the nice thing with computer shapes is I've gotten a bunch of these. My last one, you know, sorted out a mate here on the coast with it, probably in a little bit of a worse condition than this. But he's had that board almost for 18 months. And he's still riding it. It's actually his favorite board. He kind of keeps on us for the better days. So, you know, the fortunate thing here is these boards are pretty reasonable, around about the 6.9 mark. You know, even if they go up a few $100, man, for a board of, you know, with this tech and this construction at that price, and locally manufactured and produced in South Africa, dude, it's good value for money.
It's hard to beat. Hard to beat.
Do the job, and you're not looking at the 12K mark, which the CRs are. You know, obviously, you know, can't screw with the CR, but yeah, not everybody got 12K for a board. You know.
Yeah.